Sorry, my computer crashed while I was recording the last video. Shut up, security of Google. So I'm just gonna continue from where I stopped. But like I was saying before, I'm sorry. I don't know exactly where it stopped. I think it started like 9-minute mark. So I'm just gonna like blend these two together as good as well as I can. But like I said, I respect him because he's chasing his career. I think that if you want to chase your dreams, I think that there's nothing wrong with that personally. I think that it depends a lot on the dream that you want to have. Like, obviously, if you want to be like an actor, like I think that there are too many people, not a lot, too many people that think or dream about becoming like, I want to be this famous Hollywood actor, like, you know, all these famous guys that are like doing movies, like getting a lot of pussy and like fucking doing lines of coke every night just so they can stay awake and then like never come back or whatever. But like, that's not the objective. Obviously, you do what you do. If you want to be an actor, be an actor. If you want to be a comedian, be a comedian. Don't try to aim for the stars. Just aim to become that. I think it's better. So I respect Def Noodles in that aspect. He's willing to rent a place, which in New York it's gotta be super fucking expensive, and fix it up just so that you can do your comedy show. But like I said before, this is, or maybe I didn't say it before, but I was thinking about it. This is to me a little bit more like a Happy Gilmore situation. It was the same thing. Like Happy wanted to be a hockey player and he was like, oh, I'm super aggressive and shit. But it just didn't pan out. He loved hockey. He wanted to be a hockey player. It just never worked out. And that's it. And then he became a golfer and he found his niche. He found what he was good at. He had to refocus his anger and skills into it. To me, Def Noodles is the opposite of that. This is what happens when you are terrible at what you do, but you don't admit it, and you just end up getting worse and worse and worse. Imagine if Happy Gilmore was a movie about like Happy, just like instead of trying to become a golfer, he's like, no, I'm gonna pursue my dream of like doing the funny voice, and then just like try to like become a hockey player and failing miserably, and the movie just ends like with a dark comedy, like, and then he offed himself or something like that. Obviously not the case, but let's go on with this.
Each other. Dennis even used the tagline "pull up or shut up" in his promotional material to provoke people into attending what he thought would be the show of a lifetime.
Hope you're all doing amazing today. There are only a couple of tickets left for the roast. Make sure you get them before they're gone. This roast will be the first show that we're doing in this comedy club that I just built. It'll feature some of the best comics in Los Angeles, so make sure you get the tickets to the roast before they're...
Spoiler alert, there weren't any good comedians in there. Spoiler.
completely gone.
However, the event would fall far below not just Dennis's expectations, but the expectations of everyone else on the internet. On the 19th of August 2022, Dennis live-streamed the roast battle to his YouTube and Twitch channels, and from the very start, the show was destined for failure. For the first couple minutes, the show was plagued by technical issues, leaving members of the audience to wait in the dark for a show that they'd already paid for. Even after Dennis and his team had gotten things in order, the atmosphere still showed no signs of improvement.
All right, LA, are you ready? You ready? Hey, Steven, I don't think these motherfuckers are ready. Are y'all ready? Okay, I don't know.
Okay, bro, take the hint. You know, I know what happens because obviously I've seen this video before, but essentially what happens right now is there's a lot of cringe. I'm not a person that enjoys cringe. Like some people, like they're masochistic and they're like, can watch cringe and be like, oh yeah, that's the stuff right there, right into my vein, my cock vein. I can't take that. Your audience is not happy. You can't force, and this is something that I'll tell you as a teacher. This is a little tip. You can't change people's emotions. You can't force people to do something. This is the equivalent of like me grabbing a little child during class and be like, be happy, be happy. And the kid is like, no, be happy. You can't, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Do not try to force people. You have to accept their emotions and you have to ease them into something else. Like, what would I have done as a teacher in this situation? I would have said, don't you just love it when all this shit goes well? Like, the moment before you start the class and then, boop, update. Windows needs to update. Oh, cool. Just do it right now. Do I get the option of saying no? No. Cool. Great. And then you move on and you accept it and you kind of, again, empathize with people. That helps. Just telling people like, hey, are you happy? No. Are you sure? No. Well, shit, then I'm just gonna shut down the show then. I mean, fuck you guys. You paid money. I win this. Like, try to turn it around. Try to make it funny. Forcing people to, like, laugh at stuff that's not funny when they've been waiting for, like, 30 minutes in the fucking dark after they paid money for it. The only reason they haven't left because they paid money for it. It's just bad business, brother.
About this, I don't think we're gonna do the show anymore. This crowd's like, they're all asleep.
A majority of the show was just random people getting up on stage to deliver lackluster comments about each other's appearance.
It looks like his middle name is Rainbow.
Brando looks like the girl at public school who tries to act hard and then goes home to a mansion.
The finale didn't seem much better, as Dennis faced off with the winner of the previous battles and performed worse than everyone that came before him.
You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried.
Okay, that made me laugh just because of how fucking bad it is. Like, what is it? Hold on.
Everyone that came before him.
You're like my cousin.
You're like my cousin if you are a girl. That's so bad it made me laugh. I'm sorry, that's not related to anything. Please continue with this amazing roast.
If you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did. Are you from Detroit?
Take a guess.
No. I'm bombing so bad and I don't give a fuck.
Neither do I, bro. Come on, we in it together, doggy.
Eventually, Dennis gave up on trying to be funny and begrudgingly awarded his opponent the win.
You know what? I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna bring the fucking check.
Why do I win? I thought
Because you won the
Hunter
roast battle.
To no one's surprise, the roast battle was a complete disaster, and to add salt to the wound, Dennis received a week-long ban on Twitch because one of the participants had used the F slur.
I mean, sorry that I'm laughing at this, but to me, it's just kind of like some kind of karmic retribution from God himself. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in anything. I'm not a Christian. I'm not religious. I don't believe. Either I know or I don't know. But to me, there's some kind of like magical force in the universe that says it doesn't matter why he was banned. They say because someone said the F slur, which is not appropriate, obviously. Like I say it with my friends. I've said the N word with my friends too, and we're all white, and I'm okay with that. I think it's funny. but imagine like your comedy show bombs so fucking miserably hard that you get a week-long ban from Twitch, which doesn't have anything to do with it. They're like, nah, man, like, sorry, we're done with your ass. Take a week-long ban. I've been banned too. I don't remember why I was banned, or maybe I have, but I don't remember the reason. Anyway.
However, this wouldn't be the part that affected Dennis the most, as Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero, aka Charlie, caught wind of the event and gave a few roasts of his own.
Keep in mind, these are strangers. These two people have never met until they walked out on the stage together, so they can't actually roast each other. All they can do is insult each other's appearance, and it is painful. It is so hard to listen to. Obviously no rehearsal or anything. Same with Def Noodles, he's the host and he has no fucking clue what's going on. Started 27 minutes late, and it is an absolute joy.
By the 21st of August 2022, Charlie published a video titled "I've Never Seen Anything This Horrible," in which he shared Dennis's latest blunder to over 4 million viewers.
An event that he was hosting finally happened, which is this, the Super Roast Battles. It's an event he was hyping up for weeks, talking about how it's going to be the next big thing, it's going to be like a really big popular event, it's going to be great. He was even trying to goad some YouTubers into coming on to like settle their beef in a roast battle. None of them showed up. In fact, almost nobody in general showed up. As you can see, it's not exactly like a sold-out stadium here. It's about 10 family and friends. And this was a complete fucking disaster. Imagine Fire Festival, but if it actually happened and was worse than anyone could have imagined.
Charlie went on to point out the numerous flaws in the event, from the glaring technical issues.
The first 27 minutes the event doesn't even start. They just like cycle through YouTube playlists of rap or popular music. So they didn't start on time. People just sit here doing fucking nothing for 26 minutes listening to bad music.
To assembling random comedians who had prepared no material to work with.
What he did is he assembled a few people who said they've told a joke before in their life, and he had them roast each other. Nobody knew each other, literally nobody. So all they can do is roast each other's appearance because they don't know them. They're random people that he got together and told them to roast each other.
However, the detail that stood out to Charlie the most was Dennis's obvious insecurities with not being that funny.
He's not even like making retorts. He's just feeling insecure now. He's like, you win, please stop, I'm dead. Please, God.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, I 100% agree with Charlie. I mean, what else is there to say? Like, I agree with everything. Like, you're 20 something minutes in the dark, just waiting for the show to start. And this is typical of work meetings normally. Like, you say you have a meeting at like 10 and the meeting starts at like 10:15 because people are a little bit late. Like, you can understand it, it's okay, but like, this is not what you want to happen on any kind of situation where you're hosting a comedy show, unless you got like someone really good that can take over. And he's not a comedian, and this is what I was saying before, he's just not that good at what he wants to do, which is really sad. Like, you want to be a comedian. Like I said, I respect Def because he wanted to be a comedian, but he's really bad at it.
Stop. Now you're just hurting my feelings. Stop. You're fired.
Dennis's attempt to take his comedy career to the next level had fallen flat, and everyone on YouTube was mocking him for it. But that didn't mean his dreams of being a good comic were over. In fact, if Dennis could take the criticism with grace and use it to make his next show more entertaining, perhaps this story would have ended a little differently.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is something so important to clarify. Like humbleness makes you appealing to people. Like, that's just a basic thing. That this is nothing special. This is nothing crazy, you know? Like, I'm not saying something that's like completely like ludicrous or something. Like, if you can take criticism, like actual criticism, and change, people like that. Like, people like a story of a person who gets better than what they were doing before. Everyone likes it. I've never met anyone that's been like, man, that guy, I told him that he shouldn't be late to meetings, and he actually stop being late to meetings. What a fucking cocksucker loser, man. What the fuck? No, they'd be like, you know, like, hey, you were late before. You accept, like, you would say, if I'm late to a meeting, I would say, I'm really sorry. This has never happened again. And then for the next 20 meetings, you're not late. You're even earlier than before. So people are going to be like, okay, well, you know what? This guy's open to improving. Even in something as trivial as like being late or early to a meeting. I think that's great. Def Noodles, as we already know, probably did not go down that route at all.
Unfortunately, Dennis saw a different path that didn't involve improving on his mistake, but rather making more of them. On the 22nd of August 2022, Dennis would upload a now-deleted response to Charlie titled, "My apology to Moist Critical for first Super Roast Battles," which only served to harm his reputation even further.
Well, I'm thoroughly disappointed that I dared to put on something together for my fans, and that the ones...
Fucking hell, man. This is what I was talking about with the fucking, like, pathetic voice. And I think that Charlie and everyone else says the same thing. You can feel that this guy's, like, he's so, like, fucking taken aback by the action of, like, oh shit, like, you know, Moist Critical, a guy who's infinitely funnier than me without trying. Like, I'm thinking that Charlie's just got his personality, like, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Critical, and people like that shit. I like it. I've watched his videos. I think they're funny too, most of the time. Not all of them, but most of them. And then you watch Def Noodles, and it's like, man, what are you even doing, man? Like, instead of owning up to it and saying like, yo, man, like legit, like being just looking to the camera and saying like, man, you're right. Like, how can you improve when you think you're perfect? You can't. You literally can't. And this is the problem with Def. In his mind, he's perfect. How can you improve if in your mind you're perfect? And this follows scarily close, I would say, the pattern of lolcows. And I also made a video about lolcows, so if you want to watch it, it's on the YouTube channel. But what makes a lolcow? But lolcows, by their own definition or by their own powerful abilities, they do not have the capacity of self-reflection, of accepting that they're not perfect. So they end up looking like this guy, and they instead of saying like, yo, I fucked up, tell me what I should do, like what suggestions do you have. I think Charlie gives like a couple of tips, so he doesn't listen to it. Instead, he doubles down and is like, I'm gonna do the Adam Sandler voice, and I'm gonna apologize to the guy because doing the Adam Sandler voice is funny. It's not funny. It's fucking cringy, and it's painful. Holy shit.
Who attended thoroughly enjoyed the experience, or so they told me. I'm appalled that I could be such a fool to think that I could fulfill my job and be in entertainment when in fact I am nothing of the sort. I am not a comedian. I'm not even a human. I am just a clump of cells currently existing and spewing raw bullshit that I'm reading directly from a prompter for your entertainment. I am sitting here ludicrously buckling to my knees, self-deprecatingly acquiescing to the oh-so-great, most critical, because you didn't like my... roast.
Dennis clearly didn't like the fact that Charlie and many commentators had given valid criticism towards his roast battle, and was now using a veil of satire to hide it.
Boy, Mr. Moist Critical, I thank you for your profound observations. I thank you for showing me the light. I will once again produce a super roast battle 2 weeks from now so we can wrong every right that was left unturned.
While Dennis would later retract many of his poorly thought out comments, he had already started something he couldn't finish, as Charlie uploaded another video titled My Response to the Drama.
I mean, there's not much to add here. This is exactly what I said. It's just pathetic and cringy, and it makes you want to punch him in the fucking face. Don't you feel like that?
I don't want this to be construed as some kind of personal attack or anything personal. Like I said when talking to members over the course of self
To make matters worse by impulsively responding to any form of criticism and gave some advice on how to overcome it.
every YouTuber's made a video they regret, obviously. And I think that's what he's going through at the moment, where he's impulsively responding to things that are kind of non-issues.
Dennis had a pattern of giving knee-jerk reactions to criticism and injecting satire or
So I'm just gonna skip a lot of this because this is not the part that really gets to it. It's basically the same thing. He tries to like call other people out, but then when they call him out, he becomes a little bitch and he tries to sue Keemstar. And well, I like it again. I don't really care about that, but here I think here's the real funny part. Here, right here. Here's the second part.
He's put this up. I think that he thinks it upsets me.
Dennis had proven himself to be very thin-skinned when it came to any form of criticism or call-out. He'd vengefully attack anyone who he thought bruised his ego and labeled his mistakes as jokes. However, what he did during his second roast battle showed how far Dennis was willing to go to sustain his fragile sense of self. Fast forward to the 2nd of September 2022, Dennis is once again hosting a super roast battle, but this time it's with a twist. One of his biggest critics was in attendance. A creator by the name of twitchsopamanxx had taken Dennis's offer to join the roast battle and brought dozens of fans with him. While Salvo was unable to attend the first roast battle, his presence this time dramatically changed the atmosphere in the venue, as he began riling up the crowd before the show even started. Given the circumstances, Dennis was getting the lively show he wanted, and would probably have had a successful show if things continued this way. All Dennis had to do was come out and face Salvo like a true comedian, but sadly, he had other ideas.
That's it. That's the... I'm going to turn off my air conditioner. That's the defining moment. That's what crushed everything, by the way. That's what ruined everything. So every little decision... Remember that this is the most important thing. Every video that I make, I try to give a little like feedback to everything that happens. I made a video about how to grow on Twitch. Most of it is luck. Casio said the same thing. I can't believe that he said the exact same thing that I said on a video that I made. On my YouTube channel that you can go check out. But... the point about this is that when you make one huge fuck up on purpose, that ruins careers. Maybe not lives, like directly, like my life is over, but it ruins careers. Like that one fuck up can haunt you and hunt you, both haunt and hunt you for the rest of your fucking existence. So it's not gonna ruin your life, but it's gonna make it much harder to endure it. And when he pushed Salvo Pancakes from the back, instead of like coming out and being like, "All right, you bitch, let's go," and like if he would have like done a bad set on purpose, and like I don't know, like what I don't even know what you could have done in this situation. Like at this point, he's screwed. There's just no saving his ass right now. He's completely done. Like, what do you do in this situation that can possibly, like, try to, like, recover your situation from this? You're screwed. Like, I don't even know. Like, you could have gone out and been like, all right, you win. Now make me laugh. Something like that. I don't know. Like, okay, I obviously can't do it. Show me how, master. Like, just bow down to the better comedian in this case. Salvo Pancakes. I think I Googled his channel once. I'm not gonna Google it now, but he had a good channel, I think. Not a big channel, but he had like a channel on YouTube, and he's a comedian, I guess. But the fact that he came out from behind, pushed them, and then walked away like a little bitch and tried to hide, that just like ruined everything. That just ruined his entire career. So, well, yeah, this is the part that I want to look at right here. Like, Charlie says more stuff, which is true, and then just like there's the downfall.
Would try to save his channel by switching up his content to challenge videos. Viewers still bombed his content or didn't watch them at all. It's unclear if Dennis was trying to be funny or if he had truly given up on his YouTube, but he had uploaded 2 videos challenging his dwindling audience to unsubscribe. Unsurprisingly.
Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to show. So, again, remember, he already ruined his YouTube career. He's never going to recover that same thing. Same thing that happened to what was the name? Not Peanut Butter Gamer, to Pro Jared. Pro Jared, you know, he had this huge channel. The drama happened. He ended up losing like 300,000 subscribers. He came out and said all that you've been lied to. He recovered some of that, but he now doesn't get the views that he got pre-drama. Like, before the drama, he was getting 1 million views per video. Now he's getting like 150,000. That's not enough to sustain him. And he said, I'm making most of my money now from Twitch, which is really sad because he had a good career that it was ruined. But this is like the vitriolic career of any YouTuber, I guess. Like, one day you're in, next day you're out. But doing this kind of stuff,
But he had uploaded 2 videos challenging his dwindling audience to unsubscribe.
This might be the stupidest thing that you could ever do. Like, it's not even funny. Like, maybe, I'm assuming that in his mind he thought, if I like embrace the fact that I'm a loser, then people are not going to unsubscribe. They're going to subscribe to me somehow. I assume. I don't know what he was thinking with this. Obviously, this is not the way to go. Again, accept, apologize, move on, and improve, obviously, in the middle of it. But this, what he did here, this is probably the worst thing that you could ever do. Again, this is like imagine if, I don't know, the drama with Pro Jared where he cheated on his wife. And then, like, he was accused of, like, sending pictures of himself naked to underage girls and dudes, I think. But imagine if he would have come out and said, like, yeah, I was sending pictures of children, of my dick to children. Don't you think that's cool? Haha, how about you, let's do this. Let's unsubscribe from my fucking channel and ruin my career. How bad do you think the drop-off would have been? It would have been devastating. This is the same thing. This is not the way to deal with criticism. You don't do it. Again, the 3 things. The first one is accept it. Like, hey, I fucked up. Apologize to it in a realistic way. None of that, like, fake YouTuber apology. Like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm never going to do it again. And it obviously depends on the gravity of the situation. You can't be like the completionist that scammed, like, eventually, like, $700,000 from like charities because you're a scumbag and you're going to hell. If there's a hell, the completionist is going there. This is the wrong way to go about it. And then, like, what was the other one? There's another video here. Hold on, here.
I've wronged. I am so depressed. Dennis's need to feed his ego had cost him everything, and it was only when things were at their worst that he truly understood that.
I give up. I really do. I give up. It's over. It just really fucked it all up. I was really embarrassed and ashamed to admit it, but I did it. It's all my fault. And I've put myself here. And I've just come to terms with the fact that there's no way out.
Well,
again, just imagine for 1 minute if he would have just said that when the first, like, roast battle went to shit. Like, man, you know what? It just didn't go as I was, like, I imagined it would go like this. It obviously didn't work out. I'm going to work on some material. I'm going to practice it. I'm going to take some time off to focus on it, come back, and then, like, fucking, like, go strong. Imagine if he would have gone radio silent, which is what he should have done. Like, go radio silent for, like, a month. maybe 2. Work on your material without other YouTubers watching you, not on YouTube, and then go over to some fucking comedy show and like practice your material. Let me see. Okay, let me test this. You know, this one is not good. This one was okay. This one got a lot of laughs, so I'm gonna focus on this side. And then like 2 months later, he comes back, roast battle number 2, bitch, and he comes back and he does the video, and everyone loves it. And Charlie makes a video about it, and he gets like 100,000 extra subscribers. And everything could have gone better. But just because of your ego, you destroyed any chance that you had of ever growing on YouTube. That's beautiful. Poetic, even.
Though those that didn't believe Dennis was genuine about his declining emotional state, the fact that he had to cancel 2 of his shows at the comedy club due to an emergency raised some concerns. Thankfully, Keemstar later confirmed that Dennis was still alive. Checked in with Dev Noodles, he is alive. All can say for now for those that are concerned. Dennis didn't have the mental stability to endure the criticism that comes with being a creator, which became the root cause of many controversies. All these factors slowly eroded the trust and respect Dennis had with his fan base. As of May 2024, Dennis has wiped all of his social media platforms of prior posts, and it's unlikely he'll ever be ready to return. However,
so that's basically it that I wanted to talk about this guy, and this is how you ruin your career. Like, this is literally how to destroy your entire YouTube career, ergo the title, the cover of the video, like how to destroy your YouTube career completely, and what you should and shouldn't do. Admit your mistakes, move on, keep going. Because right now I went over and checked out his YouTube channel, and like if you type Dev Noodles channel, you get just all this shit. YouTube banned me, I'm sure. Trump 2024, all this garbage that he's trying to do, like, for pulling views. Like, he gets more views than I do. Obviously, he's a bigger, like, just because of the number of subscribers, he's always gonna get more than me. But this I do for fun. Like, if I ever like hit it big, which is never gonna happen, I'm okay with that. I'd be cool with that. But like, even if, I would just be doing the same thing because this is what I do for fun. But then you look at his channel, and it's like, oh my god, look at the views, look at the everything, and it's like, you know, what about me, for example, by comparison? Let's view my channel.
Don't worry, Spider.
Like, I don't know, like, you know, 100 views, 424 views, everything wrong. My country's so corrupt, it has a corrupt shithole. That's not a joke. Shesx being, I don't know, like begging for money, how locals are made, Wings of Redemption, I don't know, like. Darkside Phil's agreement and YouTube defends him. This is from Dad, and it's just like little things like this, or Screen Rant, you know, like 700 views. I think those are good numbers for me. I'm not trying to be a big YouTuber, but then you go back to his channel, and it's it's like I'm getting about the same views for the same amount of stuff. Like, and he's probably putting in a lot more effort than I am, and I don't care about making it that big. And then you go to his main channel, it's like 495,000. He lost a lot of subscribers, obviously. He reinstated the same channel, I believe, and then he's just trying to like clickbait with this shit. But like, really, when all you have are dislikes, I mean, when
Elon Musk has been sparking a social media
just doing dislikes, it's just not gonna work. Peculiar Pepsi pants. Hypocrite, I see. I mean, he is a scumbag, so you know. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to make a little video, even though it went out a little bit longer than expected, about this stuff. But again, this is the real issue that I have with it, is that this poor bastard like completely nuked his YouTube career when he was starting to pick up speed. Casio, is that the name of the guy? Casio made a video about this. Hold on, is it Casio? Hold on. What do I have in my suggested tabs? Strawberry, girlfriend, that, delusion, dog, yeah. I don't even know. I don't use it a lot, but there's KCO and streaming is easy. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one.
Queso was streaming on Twitch, and suddenly someone asked him, which is harder, real job or streaming? This speech is deeper than you think.
Streaming harder than a real job? Bro, What? Before I was a streamer, I saw a YouTuber say, like, you wouldn't understand until you get in this position. I am in the position, and I can sit here and tell you it's not even close to as hard as a real job. Do you know what I get to do for a living, bro? I wake up 2 p.m. every day, don't do nothing all day, and I sit here and stream, bro. I ain't about to sit here and act like, oh man, I'm just working so hard, dude. What? Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Even becoming a streamer, people's like, oh man, you gotta work so hard to become a streamer, become a YouTuber. It's 90% luck, 10% working hard, bro. I'm not saying there's no hard work involved, but I am saying that 90% of it is getting lucky. If becoming a streamer or a YouTuber was only based off of hard work, there would be tens of thousands of more of them. Anybody can work hard.
Yeah, there it is. So I made a video about this a while ago, not too long ago actually.
Don't worry, Spider.
But I made a video about this, which is the false ways to grow on Twitch, and I bring up the exact same point. Hey, 100 views exactly. Wee. I make the exact same points as in the video that he said. Like, it's like you can be the best at something, and the only thing that being really good at something gives you is that opportunity. That when you get the opportunity, when the chance goes about you, when someone like gives you the opportunity to really grow, that's when you have to like show, oh look, I did this and now I'm doing better. Or that's, you get one shot to grow. It's like what the Eminem song, it's like 8 Mile. It's the same thing. You get one shot, and if you blow it, it's over. Like, you're never gonna get that shot again. And I said the same thing that he said. And I never watched the video before this. Like, I watched it, I think today or yesterday. I don't remember, when KCO Streaming is Easy on my recommended somehow. And it's the same thing. Like, it's luck. Like, you can be the best at what you do. You can be a great YouTuber, but you have to be consistent, and eventually someone is going to watch your stuff and be like, huh, this guy makes good content. I'm going to watch it. And then they watch it and they're like, okay, I enjoy this stuff. This is the main idea about this, and this is why I enjoy this in this case. So this is the whole point. Sorry, I didn't, that's not the point to advertise the channel. That's not a different thing, but that was the point. Like, again, if you make a mistake on YouTube, you have to have, or rather, no, let me put it this way. If you want to grow on YouTube, you need to have the right mentality. Like I said, I respect Def Noodles for trying super hard to become a comedian when he wasn't funny. But at what point must you like choose to say, you know what? I'm not a funny guy. I can't be a comedian. That'd be like if I wanted to be like, I don't know, like an MMA fighter, like, and I was like training and stuff, and you know, or like, no, not an MMA fighter, like a basketball player. Like I'm 160, I'm 168, I think, in meters, or 178 or 180, I don't remember. 175, I think. So I'm pretty tall for my age and for my group. Normally when I walk around people, I normally see like, you know, I normally look taller than everyone else, but then when I stand next to someone who's like 185, 190, like, they're gonna be taller than me. This would be like if a guy who's like, I don't know, like 1'10" wanted to be a basketball player. Like, he could practice every day. He could be doing everything. He could be like the best 3-point shooter in the world. But if you're 1'10", you basically classify as a midget. You're never gonna be able to play in the NBA. It's just reality. This is not to make someone feel bad about this. This is what I call the Disney syndrome. Disney taught us, or tried to teach people, like, if you believe something hard enough, then it becomes true. It's not. It's not. It's just not. So don't try it. Don't try it. That's the problem that I have. And that's why what Def Noodles did, just, again, remember, he made a video towards the end of his career where he said, I fucked up. I ruined everything. I don't know what what to do now. And just think about the thousands of dollars. Remember, he had a comedy venue that he rented in New York and had to fix it. That's gotta be a couple of grand a month, at least, if not per week. And he was not making money out of it. He was losing a lot of money, and we don't even know what he was doing as a career. Maybe it was only his YouTube revenue. Like, take half of your revenue money, like, let's say about like $3,000, and you have to pay half of that so that you could just like keep your rent going of that place where people were not going to, and just canceled everything because you were a bad comedian. At what point do you own up to it and say, man, you know, this is just not for me? Same thing that I said before. Hollywood actors, same thing. How many people want to be actors in the world? 100 million. How many roles do you need? 10,000. That means statistically, you are fighting. You're gonna lose this battle. Like, this is no longer like a skill thing. This is a lottery thing. You can be the greatest actor in the world and never make it as an actor in Hollywood. That can happen. Maybe because you're not attractive. Maybe because you don't have the looks or the personality. You could be an amazing actor, but if you're not like Hollywood material, you're not cut out for it, you're out. Same thing with comedy. Def Noodles was never a good comedian. He could not accept it, but instead of just not accepting it, he tried so hard that he ignored good criticism, and that ended up fucking him over. That was a big mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. I'm gonna peace out for now. It's been a pleasure. This is SopamanXx signing off. If you wanna, and if you wanna, and you know what to do, and if you wanna, broadcast it right there, and also my stickers right. Fuck. There. Hold on. Shit. All right, there. Eva and some other stuff. I don't remember what those are from. Anyway, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Hold on. There.